Well, good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be back. George Morgan here at your service. It's PSGL, it's Wednesday night, it's Spain tonight as well. Lots on the table, lots of battling. The title contest is still alive and kicking. And Jack, it's only taken us 10 rounds. We're on the 11th. It's all to play for.
Boromant goes on the inside and takes the lead on the final lap of the race. Now it's side by side between Boromant and Warner, but Boromant's got the inside.
A guest star here in this phenomenal race. Cameron Dowd looking to take P2 in his very first PSGL F1 PC race. Incredible to say the least. You see there, Putin to lead. 1.5 seconds. DRS is the name.
Hello. Hello. I can't see you because apparently it doesn't want to let you on Discord. But yes, this is it. And just in time for the season finale, because tonight we have a title fight on our hands. Marius leads by 14 points of Hazara, because Fazio got a penalty. So Hazara, I believe, got promoted to second place, not third. So, without further ado, let's get into the action. This is the final round in Bahrain, the international circuit, which is funny because it's the first round normally in the Formula 1 season. Yeah, it's your last... It's our last of the series.
Bahrain became the third country to host a race like the floodlights in 2014 after Singapore and Abu Dhabi. The shift in start time significantly changed the track temperature and opened up new strategies for the team. F1 legend Michael Schumacher was the winner of the international circuit, with teammate Rubens Barrichello joining him on the podium alongside Jenson Button. You may be wondering how the circuit keeps the track free of sand during a Grand Prix weekend. And adhesive actually sprayed around several sandy areas.
Let me check. No, it's not. You didn't prepare, did you?
Fuck.
Remember what Jess once said?
Right, I've sorted it now. I've sorted it.
Oh no!
Right,
There you go.
there we go. Hello. Sorry, I've just realised I've rambled on for about 2 minutes and no one can hear me. But here we are. It is Bahrain. It is...
I can't hear you. I can hear myself.
What? It's coming through. Hang on. This is outrageous stuff here. Why can't it? Why won't it let me? Just let me be heard for once. Can you not
No,
hear
I
me?
can hear you.
You can hear me on stream now.
Yeah, I can hear you now, but I'm gonna say it right now. I think we're very well delayed. Anyway, yeah, this isn't going well.
No teething issues as always, but here we are. It is qualifying for the final time. 16 drivers. This is the Bahrain International Circuit. We are a bit delayed on the live stream. We are a bit delayed in everything, but it's the first time that we've done a live stream through. So, no wonder there's going to be a copious amount of issues, because no wonder. I am the one behind the controls after all. Whose silly idea was that at the end of the day? But we are here for the final time, the final round, and, well, a lot to be decided as always. We're getting those all-important first laps underway now as Yasser Saki there coming through turn number 1, beginning the first flying lap of this qualifying session. This circuit is a pretty easy one to learn the ropes on. It's normally the one everyone heads to first. Got a nice mix of corners, some slower turns like turn 1 and the very tricky turn 10 and 11, but this track is also got a lot of medium and quite a few high speeds, so it's a really good test bench, and it is why it's been used all the way back since 2020 for the F1 testing, and always does allow these cars to really bed themselves in whilst being the first round of the season, so it makes logical sense to use it to test all those components, make sure everything's working. But for us, no practice, no testing. These drivers are going straight in and flat out because they've had 10 rounds up to this point and a lot still to be decided tonight.
Yes, of course, the championship is between Marios and Hazara, with 14 points separating them under it, 16 for a win, 1 for the fastest lap as well. So Hazara has to win tonight, otherwise Marios will become the champion. But if he wins, he's got to hope Marios finishes anywhere from 9th downwards. Anything higher, and Marios' championship.
Yeah, I mean, this circuit, it's known for everything. I think Connor's just popped into the chat, says, "Good ear, Byron, but bit quiet, relatively." Cool, I can turn myself up. Not a problem at all, but we are getting this session... Ooh. Did I just hear myself, or was that you shouting?
That was me.
Okay.
I was trying to liven up the commentary.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think it was
Sorry,
a case
Connor.
of. I don't think it was a case of us being quiet. I think it was a case of just my audio being quiet in OBS. But here we go.
It's fine for me.
I don't know. Connor complaining. Maybe he's just being picky. Maybe it's just because he's being picky because it's me. But there we go. Reigns Thomason to the top of the timing sheet to 1:27.511. We are used to seeing those top times come from Reigns Thomason. He has been notoriously fast. Probably due a bit of a possible promotion. He's been quite unlucky in the races, I think. But he's always had the blistering qualifying pace. Always been very competitive relative to those around him, and definitely a very nice lap. Really had his eye in for that one, so very lovely start to the session for him. We're getting most drivers across the line now. The likes of Riley McKay, Lewis, Raphael, and Raphael are yet to set times, but we're still getting through the session very nicely indeed, and it won't be all too long until we start to kind of really ramp up the aggression and ramp up the times from everyone.
Yes, Hazara, the big note there, he's only 7th, and compared to Marius in 4th, that's going to be key. Hazara needs to be near the top. It doesn't really matter where Marius is going to. Hazara has to think about how fast he has to be to get into contention tonight. Remember, 14 points the gap, and if he doesn't win tonight, he can't win the championship. So it's do or die here in Bahrain. His back is against the wall. It is all or nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. All or nothing for Hazara, and certainly we're going to be building up to that. And I'm really excited to see what does happen, because these drivers have really had to fight this season, and to see the championship go down to the final race. That's what we all want to see. That's what everyone loves to see. So absolutely going to be fun and lovely to watch tonight. I mean, so much to talk about, so much likely to happen, a lot of drama probably that could ensue as well, and I'm really here for it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we should just mention the tail of the tape right now. We started back, was it November, I think? Not sure if it was late October or early November, but we started back there last year, and the first race was won by Marius himself, a brilliant performance at Suzuka, and then it was Hazara in the second round in Qatar. Third round was won by Marius in Hungary. The fourth round was in Las Vegas, and it was won by Hazara. It was Rennes, but unfortunately he got a penalty, so it was Hazara that took the victory. Top G won in Austria. Italy was won by Sipala. In Singapore, the winner was Rennes, finally getting that win. Round 8 was quite the shocker. Riley McKay, who was fantastic around the now departing Catalonia circuit. Thanks, Madrid. And is one of only two. Sorry. Can I, as I was saying, Riley, only one of his 4 starts of this season. Actually, 5 now. He's racing tonight. And only one of the 2 times he has finished all season, and he won in Spain. And in Miami was won by Rennes. And last race in Silverstone was won in the last lap by... Well, it wasn't won in the last lap because Sapella had a penalty, but he took victory on track in Silverstone, and we've had 7 different winners this season. That's crazy to think.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, the season obviously being 11 races, this being the final one, 7 winners in that time. It's definitely been a strong showing. Lewis there was on a lap, but nothing worth setting, and comes back into the pit lane. But we are getting these laps underway now, and you know, as we look at how it stands, Marios currently ahead of Hazara. Just needs to score 3 points tonight in order to take that championship comfortably, you know, and win it. You know, it might be a title decider, but it is very much for Marios to lose tonight. Hazara has got a lot of work ahead of him if he wants any chance of taking the championship tonight. So, you know, I would do wonder what the mindset of Hazara is. You know, it's not an easy track, you know, in terms of maximizing the performance and pace out of it. You know, there's a lot of lines that are more unconventional and you have to take, you know, and he's got to think about really going flat out tonight in order to try and take everything, you know, and try and take this championship out of the hands of Marios.
Yes, indeed, of course. It's going to be a big hill to climb for Hazara, but we have seen crazy. Remember, Lewis Hamilton was on the verge of winning it with 2 races to go, and he still didn't win it in 2007. It was won by Kimi Räikkönen, who at the time was 17 points adrift with 10 for a win. So, you know, anything can happen in these kind of sports, and PSGL is definitely not immune. But as you can see, Rens Thomason's still the time to beat by, if I'm reading that correctly, my vision is a bit blurry, I need glasses. 3.5 tenths over Raphael. That's crazy.
Yes, it is indeed 3.5 tenths ahead.
Oh, no.
There we go. That confirms the
restart.
restart. I mean, that confirms going back to the cam screen, doesn't it, really, there? A cheeky little restart there, courtesy of a 5th place grid drop penalty. I thought the stream looked funny, and then I simply realised that, no, it wasn't the stream. It was just, well, it just happened to be Opera deciding to try and enhance it, and in turn make it look worse. But here we go. I'm noticing Lapa is on a very good lap time right now, 1/10 up, but it's purple sector 2 to suit, so not a bad lap time here on the horizon from Lapa coming up to the line. I mean, currently in 7th, got a lot of margin to find, a lot of improvements to make, but that purple sector 2 likely to help up to the line now, and it is a 2/10 improvement, and well, up to 5th, but there we go, Marios up to 2nd, and a healthy improvement from him. And now Hazara needs to try and respond through the final bend. He's not doing enough on this occasion. Rens Thomason betters his own time to keep 2-3 tenths ahead of the field. Hazara, though, up to 4th. Not enough. Not enough as it stands, but certainly trying to put a stamp on this championship, trying to fight back, but they're just getting in between them now. 2 cars between Marios and Hazara with just 6 minutes left on the clock here in Bahrain. There's a lot to happen. We get Riley McKay round the final bend to set his first lap time of the session in the Alfa Romeo. Can he get up close to his teammate? He does get up and beat his teammate there, so a brilliant lap time from Riley McKay there, up to 2nd, beating Marios and getting in between, and maybe meaning that Rens Thomason needs to go just that bit faster. But Ed Sapala there, up to 2nd. What a lap time we are seeing, and the lap times are just coming down more and more.
I don't even know how these drivers get accused of illegal blocking, by the way. It's ridiculous. He's not even close to the driver behind him. It's ridiculous. I've never seen as ridiculous scenes as the bloomin'... I don't know. I'm trying to think of something non-offensive here. The entirety of I'm Sorry, I Haven't a Clue, that nonsensical game show on the radio.
Well,
it is a thing.
Rens Thomason is just trundling around at the minute, so this is probably why the drivers get illegal blocking, because they try and keep out the way, but just... the game doesn't like you getting out of the way for some reason, and it likes to give you a cheeky penalty for it, but here we go. We're getting towards those final laps now, and, well, I'm really excited for this. I think Hazara, he's under a lot of pressure, but there's certainly a lot have pressure on him all season. He's, had his highs, he's had his undoubted lows. And I think now it's time to see what Hazara can do tonight. Can he, take a good result here? Can he prevent, anything from happening? Can he prevent Marius getting that championship? There's so many questions that need to be asked of Hazara, but he's so young and so talented, and you've really got to, you can't disrespect him in the event he doesn't win this championship tonight, because it's still been a valiant effort from him.
Yes. But the biggest question tonight is, of course, will I need a change of underwear? You had it coming.
Yes, and the answer will probably be yes in about...
Maybe yes.
Yeah, maybe in about 45 minutes' time, when this race is nearing its conclusion, we may well be needing new pairs of underwear. I hope not. I really hope not.
We'll definitely need a new lobby.
We definitely will need a new lobby. But I hope no new underwear will be needed. But that is always up for question and up for debate, especially when it comes to title finales. I believe Raphael is on a in lap. Yes, he is. So everyone, I believe, out on a in lap. I think that is minus M/Lash, who's just come out to begin what will be the final runs in qualifying of Season 35 in PSF 3. Take it in.
We've got Hihilu, or whatever you call him, doing a lap right now. And he goes right to the outside. So he's going to make his way down towards turn number 11 here, which is quite the unusual turn. You go down to 5th gear, and then you try and have to hold your grip going through turn 12, and then it's breaking down to 4th gear into 13 before 14 and 15, which is, and he's invalidated, which is, weirdly enough, 2 corners when it looks like 1.
Yes, it is indeed 2 corners instead of 1. It's 2 for the price of 1. And, well,
yeah,
someone who's going to be looking for a 2 for the price of 1 is certainly going to be, well, many drivers probably trying to get as many points as possible. So trying to bargain their way for every single scrap and every single position here. I'm trying to make these just... I don't know what I'm doing anymore. It's been a long season. A bit all over the place, but, here we go. And we're getting these final runs underway very, very shortly. And, well, really, anything could happen. I mean, Ren's Thomason, he's out in front, but doesn't mean he's going to stay there come the end of these laps, because, well, they have been creeping up on him ever so slightly. They're not really close. They have got a margin to gain, but, all of these drivers have got a shot, I think. And, well, Kahilu won't be having a shot because he's just retired from the session in the pit lane.
He's got no time.
Yeah, he didn't have time.
He's already set his lap, so he wouldn't be able to set another lap. Everyone is out on track. Expect 200 place grid penalties to be handed out on the spot. And I hope this is just the end of it. But here we go. I do think there's one driver that's not going to get out there. Actually, no, never mind. Slash has crossed the line first to start a lap. He is heading down to turn number 4 and gets right onto the edge off the track. That is completely legal as long as he's got 2 wheels on that track, then that is fair game. Coming round to the next sequence of turns into the tight hairpin. That is, I believe, turn 8. Getting out of turn 8 there, a bit on the rumble strip. It can slow you down if you're not careful through turn 9 as you break into the tight turn 10. Coming out of it, full speed ahead. The DRS wide open down to turn number 11. He's at 55 seconds as he reaches turn 11 into turn 12 right after it. And he's kept to the racing line, and that's good to see. Coming into the 3rd and to last turn. That last tight one, I'd say, and then coming down the long straight. Weirdly enough, it doesn't have DRS. And the time has run out, of course. Coming to the final corner, I don't think this is going to be good enough for pole. It looks like Renz is way too far ahead. But he does go up to the top 10, 9th position. Now, who have we got as well, Byron? I think the Aston Martin of Marcus Costa is coming round.
Yes, and he's on a good lap. It does look like it's going to be a couple improvements gained, and it is. It's up to 7th there, so not a bad lap time from here. I believe it's Devon up next and goes 7th as well, so it's a 7th. A fair. Will it be a double? Will it be another 7th? No, LRB can't improve on his lap. Can Spicer get into the top 10? No, it's only 11th for the Red Bull, so that's a disappointing time for Spicer, who has been towards the top, but Rens Thomason is setting benchmark after benchmark. It's a 1:27.241. Take a bow, Rens Thomason. That is definitely going to be your pole position time. I have absolutely no doubts whatsoever. What a lap time from Rens Thomason. How did he manage that? Pure pace, pure speed, and agility is the answer. M. Sapala, can he improve? No, he can't. What about Raphael? Not on an improvement. No. It looks like it is going to be as it is. It looks like it will be.
It is.
Rens Thomason, followed by M. Sapala on the front row. It's then a Sauber 3-4 with Bradley McKay ahead of Marius. If you're wondering, in the championship battle, well, Hazara down in 8th. Quite the drama. Yes. There's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot to unpack there. What? That's so disappointing for so many drivers there. But here we go. Let's have a little rundown of your top 16 here. Rens Thomason then on pole position by 4/10 of a second. Take a bow. What a lap time there. M. Sapala in 2nd. Riley McKay 3rd. Marius in 4th. Lapa in 5th. Raphael 6th. Justin in 7th. Hazara in 8th. Remember, he does need to win with the fastest lap today. If he wants any real chance, doesn't, but he does need to try and get every point possible to try and challenge this championship. Devon in 9th, Marcus Costa in 10th, 11th Spicer, Emlash in 12th, Kahilu 13th, Yasser Sakir in 14th, LRB 15th, and Lewis in 16th. Well, that is quite something. We're going to be getting underway for our first unaired episode of Demolition Derby as we're going to head to a
why are they restarting? Why are they saying not to restart? Oh my gosh.
Some drivers are not quite sure what to do in this sort of scenario, but we are going to take a short advertisement break whilst our drivers sort themselves out, get their lobby restart, but we'll be back in just a few moments time. Do not go anywhere as we will then unpack this qualifying session. We'll be back in just a few moments.
It's lights out and away we go, and it's Logan Skelton that's just run onto the track naked, and he is completely lost his mind, and he's jumped on top of LRB's car because he thinks he's so bad he could drive the car himself.
I love the fact we've got that back just as we've come back on air. Hello, we're back. Yes, I did say we were going back on air, and Logan decided to give us a running commentary of his escapade in the Demolition Derby as he ran onto the track. Yes, they did all hear that you ran onto the track naked. So, congratulations, Logan, for being the first driver. Yes, and he's now fuming. over something that he technically should have been able to control, and my invite isn't working for the lobby, which is absolutely
Brilliant!
lovely. God forbid
It's
we
the
have.
last race. We can have fun.
God forbid anything works on this live stream, because it's not so far, but we're trying. We're really trying, I promise. There we go, in the lobby at long last. But that qualifying session, Logan, was action-packed. It was fun-filled. It was not what we were expecting. Well, I mean, for some people it might have been what they were expecting, but I mean, for me, I'm a little confused, I think, if anything. Lacked pace. I've accidentally cut off the comms camera screen. That was brilliant. Come back now. Yeah, teething issues of doing this for the first time. Yeah, I mean, some drivers really surprisingly not where they should be. You know, I'm looking at the likes of Renz Thomason, you know, so far out in front, he could have walked it for all we know, and no one would have bat an eye, because he was just blistering. He was out in front, 0.4 of a second. No one could touch him, like, at all in this qualifying session. Do you think he's going to ride off into the sunset in this one?
Well, we'll definitely have to find out. Of course, he's not going to have an advantage of, by the way, I cannot see my camera. Yes, my camera is back. Yes, of course, he's not going to be starting like several attempts ahead. He's going to be starting on the first place position, as my camera still keeps cutting off. I don't know what is going on. There's got to be a glitch.
Dodgy TV direction, that's all.
Yeah. But as you're saying, there is going to be a lot of chaos. Of course, title implications have to be regarded. Not just that, I think there's also the matter of the constructors, which, in all honesty, people kind of neglect a bit. But in that, there is still a battle. It's Alfa Romeo and Red Bull. 108 Alfa Romeo, 104 Red Bull. Haas can still win it. They've got 85 with 29 on the table, sorry. But it does look like a long shot. So it's mainly Alfa Romeo and Red Bull, 4 points separating them. A win for a Red Bull driver without a fastest lap for Alfa Romeo, and none of the Alfa Romeo drivers finishing in second, will result in Red Bull winning the championship at the last race.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to be considered and to kind of look at as we build up to the final race of the season, the final time we go racing for season 35. This would normally be where I would try and put up the season 36 calendar, but I actually don't have that. I have it somewhere, but I don't have it on me. So, you know, we've got a long season ahead of us next season as well, and there's a lot to be excited about. I think all of these drivers, they've really put in a lot of effort, a lot of time to really have a good season here. Some better than others, you know, when you look at the likes of Hazara and obviously Renz Thomason, you know, there's a few drivers who I think really outliers and have had a great season. Others maybe a little bit more disappointed, but at the same time, you can't win them all, and well, there's bound to be some drivers who do better than others, but I think we've got a great race ahead of us when we do get underway. We aren't far away. Everyone is beginning to ready up, so it shouldn't be all too long until we're getting underway once again. But Logan, your thoughts just before we get into this title deciding finale?
First of all, apologies, I forgot to go spectate, and yes, my setup is weird. My TV is 90 degrees to my left. I need to change it up, in all honesty, because my room is quite the mess. I think the TV should be over there, and the computer should be over there too, so I could just look over there when I'm watching PSGL. But I'll get that sorted, and I probably need a new PC because I've got a Mac, and of course Mac doesn't run F1 23. But enough about me. This is all what's been boiling down to the finale of PSGL Season 35. And the last race for, I think, will be 3 weeks. Don't worry, I'm sure to be back. I have already applied, prepared for Season 36. The last season on this game before F1 24, and God forbid what I'll be.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to what it's going to be. Only kidding, but it's, it's scary times going into a new game.
It is indeed, but it's scary times for everyone who's going into this race. But yeah, familiar faces obviously appearing next season. If you do religiously watch PSF 3, then it should hopefully be me and Logan back for next season. If not, something's gone very wrong. Please send help. My address is somewhere. Get it off Connor if need be, because he definitely does have it somewhere. If he doesn't, then we'll cry. But, we're going to Bahrain for the final time of the season. It's the first time you've been able to see me and Logan on the screen. But, it's a time of firsts for many. Will we see a champion crowned? Undoubtedly. But who will it be? Hazara or will it be Marios? Well, we're going to be finding out in just a few moments' time. I'm just waiting and for a couple more seconds until we're going to be a little bit closer to the action and those 5 red lights going out. But I'm just kind of stalling for time a little bit. Stalling for time just a little.
Switch the screen just in case, because, we don't want to miss the start.
We don't want to miss the start. Indeed, which is exactly why I am going to do exactly that. And here we are, pit lane side in Bahrain for the final time this season. It has been 10 rounds up to this point. And this is round number 11 of season 35, the final race, Hazara versus Marios. Anything could happen. It is Marios's championship to lose, but anything is possible as always in PSGL. I am obviously excited, as is Logan, who is alongside me for this one. It's given me a onboard camera angle of Renz Thomason for the race start. I don't know why, but it has. It's lights out, and away we go here in Bahrain then. It is a good start for Renz Thomason, but what's it like for our championship contenders? How has Hazara started? He immediately looks to go down the inside of NLR Justin here into turn number 1. Drivers fighting side by side as we go through into turn number 2 and up the hill, up the crest, and towards this first sequence of corners as we head through into the first real heavy braking zone other than turn 1 itself here, and we're getting some scraps already.
Marios has already lost a position. He's already been swamped by Raphael. He's already been passed by Larper as they go into the next turn, and it is still Marios in 5th, Hazara still in 8th, as Renz Thomason leads the field down to the second DRS zone off the track, actually 3rd to be fair. Sapal in 2nd, Raphael McCann in 3rd, Larper 4th, Marios in 5th. And then we got Raphael, Justin, Zara, Devon, and Costa, your top 10. Heading down, we've got a battle. That is Yasir Saki and Kahilu fighting for that position. And it is going to be Yasir Saki that holds on for now. But surely Kahilu is going to strike back. He goes on the outside at turn 12 and now into 13. And going down the inside, but he can't get it. That's Yasir Saki that holds on for now. Up ahead we've got Justin trying to find a way past Raphael, who has the pass of Hazara in the championship hunt behind. Heading back to the front, it is Renz Thomason, followed by Emsa Power, followed by Riley Mackay, followed by Lapara and Marios, your top 5. Coming down into the first corner for the second time tonight. And it looks like Emsa Power has caught up as they head down into the first corner once again. And it is Marios that's trying to catch up to Larper, but he can't find anything out of it. He's going to have Raphael for company behind him. Raphael heading down, but he's also got Justin as well. Gap at the top, 3 temps. 3 temps now closing down to 2.5. Through the S's we go, and it is still Renz Thomason that's leading, but long way to go, 29 laps to go, and those tyres are going to be burning hot.
Yeah, maybe not the mediums thus far, or the hards that all of the field have opted to start this race on. A clear strategy outlining all of these drivers as they all choose those hard tyres to begin with, likely to go to a set of mediums or a set of softs. If you're feeling a little more on the risky side, you do risk those tyres getting a little overheated, but such a good couple opening laps there, and Marios down a place, but Hazara needs to gain a few. He's down in 8th now. He
Needs to gain all 7.
He needs to gain all 7. He needs to win this race if he wants any chance of taking the title. Realistically, the only other option he could do it is if Marios doesn't score and he's second with the fastest lap. So really, Marios cannot score tonight if Hazara wants a chance, and Hazara needs to be in that top 2, but Rans Thomason still out in front. But Kahilu setting that fastest lap time there. A lot to happen in the next 26 laps or so as we get this race underway, really, because now DRS is enabled. This could be to the benefit of some, but not to others, depending on how you set your car up, but it is staying as it was this time last lap for right now, but still plenty to happen over the coming laps now. Everyone on that same strategy, so everyone going to be going that little distance into the race, but certainly the undercut and overcut is going to be a little more interesting of a debate now because everyone's on that same strategy.
Yes, they are indeed, of course, instead of Kahilu, who is back in 11th and on a different tyre. Doesn't seem to be making much work of it, however. The lead is still 3 or 4 tenths, give or take a few hundredths, as they make their way round once again to turn 13. This can be quite a make or break corner if you apply the brakes correctly and go in with the correct speed. Well, that can be said for many corners on this track. It is quite the test. Imsapala, I should mention, is getting quite close to Rens Thomason coming out of this final corner, and he's going to get an opportunity, the first big one of the race. Closing in on the runaway pole sitter, and he's just going to let him through. And through he goes. We have a new leader in Imsapala as we go up to the updates for the championship, and we've lost Lewis. He's decided to pack it in for this race, and of course this season. It's his season over. Marios is closing up to Larper, who overtook him on the first lap. He got his first podium of the season last week. He's trying to get another if he can get past Marios' teammate Riley Mackay, who had won in Catalonia. And he wants to have his second one of the season, but he's got to get past the 2 other race winners in this season, Imsapala and Rens Thomason. Further back, Hazara is struggling to make any ground. He needs to get past Justin, and up ahead, 6 other cars as well, but it is not working out for him. Maybe he's just saving the best till last, perhaps, but right now it is looking all doom and gloom, and nothing helping him as Spicer goes off in the distance.
Yeah, Spicer there having probably a little bit of a lock-up. It does mean that he's got overtaken by quite a few drivers. He has come off the track, so I'm wondering if he's actually also decided to call it quits in this race, because he just went off the track and just, wow, let everyone through there, going down into turn number 11. So very interesting. Lewis there leaving the session. We've had a spinner of Marcus Costa there. So we got 2 drivers now out of this quite good train here. But
here we go though.
To the top.
Back to the front. And we were just seeing that Rens Thomason was looking to try and get past Imsapala. He's failed. And Riley Mackay was trying to defend from Larpa, but nothing has changed as a result. But they're coming back to battle once again. But again, it doesn't seem like he's going to get... I don't even think he got any DRS, did Rens there. I didn't see his flap open on that orange Papaya McLaren. It just didn't seem to open up at all. And Hazara is not even close to Justin, in all honesty. It's just not working out. It's all falling into place for Marios. He doesn't even need to finish this race at this rate.
No, as it stands, he doesn't need to, but you don't want to leave the even slimmest of chances for your championship rival to take it out of your hands, and that's exactly why Marios is going to be looking to try and take every single point, every single bit of advantage he can get out of this one, because he is going to try and revel in it tonight if he possibly can. And Hazara, it is his job, his duty to try and stop that, but anything is possible here tonight, and really, well, so much up for discussion. What isn't up for discussion ease the fact that Sapala continues to lead the field, but Renz Thomason still close behind that DRS working on this particular occasion. I wonder if it's just him trying to stay behind and not worry, but someone who's not staying behind is Raphael there, who makes contact with Lapa ahead there as he overtakes Justin there, battling away to try and get into the top 5 places. But here we go, Raphael going there, 3 wide between Lapa, Raphael and Justin, but nothing worth doing on that occasion. Raphael down a place, Justin up 2 places, but the battle continues now as we head through into sector number 2. Still side by side they go, Justin versus Raphael. This is tantalizingly close, wheels banging, tyres banging, these drivers so much balls to take it side by side. Can they keep it side by side through into turn number 10? No, they can't. But this battle surely going to continue lap after lap. These drivers fighting relentlessly. But it is Raphael who's come out the worst.
Yeah, Hazara's went off the track there, but he's managed to stay in 8th position. He was close behind Raphael and the rest, but Mario's now up to 4th, and that ain't good news for Hazara. Hazara needs to find a way past the Aston Martin. If he can't, then this championship's just going to go down the drain, and that's the last thing he wants. Lewis has just reported, by the way, he's lagging too much. He doesn't want to cause an accident. Oh, okay, fair play. I don't want to have interferences in this race. That would be the worst way to win a championship. As Zara's finally made the move into 7th. Meanwhile, Justin gets past Watford. What about the front 2? No change there. Wow, massive battle happening there between the drivers, and Zara's involved. He's trying to get past Raphael again, but he can't get it done. And now they're going to have to fight each other coming through with the AlphaTauri behind. Hazara side by side with Raphael heading into the turn, and he's through into 7th. But here comes Raphael again trying to fight back, and he won't get it. It is finally a position gain for Hazara, but he's not averaging very well. He needs to get these positions gained in these next 23 laps.
Yeah, there's a lot of laps and a lot of time to do it there. We have another spinner behind. That was LRB there, losing more places. So a lot of drivers having a mixed bag of a race here. And as you mentioned, thank you, Lewis, for retiring and not wanting to have a part in this race with lag issues, possibly likely to cause an incident or accident. It takes a lot to admit that you can't play any part on such a technicality. So a lot of respect going away there, no doubt, for Lewis. But we are on lap number 7 of 29, 22 laps to go in this race as Sapala begins now. Well, will go up to begin lap number 8 of 29. So much still to happen in this race. But
and Renz Thomason's trying to get him.
There we go. Nothing into turn number 1 on this particular occasion, but further behind, Devin there battling with Raphael. Devin there going around the outside of turn 1 on Raphael. What a ballsy move that was. No battery left in Devin's car, but a ballsy overtake there to get up into 8th place, get more points into the bag, and that is exactly what Devin would have wanted. Hazara, though, really now trying to get a wriggle on in this race, trying to battle with Lapa, thinking about the switchback, trying to get the switchback. Can he go for a dive around the outside at turn number 10? Can he go down the inside at turn number 10? No, not on this occasion, but the battling ahead continues now. There's so much action to talk about, and only 2 pairs of eyes to keep an eye on it, and only 1 person controlling the cameras to show you it, but still, everyone fighting hammer and tong here in Bahrain.
I'll keep you updated if something happens, Byron, don't you worry. Renz is 2 tenths behind Sapala, and he's got a good run on him out of a final corner if he can keep this gap. He's had a pretty good run the last lap, and will he have a good run this lap? Sapala's hopes were dashed by that speeding penalty in the last race, and he nearly goes off the track there. Now Thomason is going to try and find a way past Sapala. He is using that DRS, it seems, and he's going to try and go on the inside, it seems. Is he? No, he's going to keep it together.
He closed DRS.
Yeah, he did. As Hazara is moved up into 6th place, as easy as you like. the unlucky driver being passed. But what I've noticed, funnily enough, is the two Alfa Romeos aren't letting each other through. Wouldn't you let Marius through if you're Riley?
Yeah, I mean, certainly I would if I was in that sort of scenario. When I was league racing back in the day, when I owned my own racing league, you know, I was always playing the team game. If my teammate was in a better position, you always let them through knowing what's on the line, and it always gets you a healthy amount of respect and credit from your teammate down the line, especially in league racing. That respect is ever important. These drivers keeping it ever close. Justin quite the lockup, nearly going into the back of Marius there. That's not what you want to do. You don't want the championship to be decided on your own mistake. That could be devastating if the likes of Justin was to accidentally, inadvertently decide the championship through a mistake of his own. But Hazara, he's managing to catch and cut through the field like he needed to. It's taken longer in this race than he might have wanted. But at least now, he's finally getting somewhere. He's finally making up progress, and now he's got a slim chance of this championship.
So here he goes. Ren's trying to challenge for the lead once again, and he's going to go for it this time. He's going to go on the inside of turn number 1, and he's there, home and dry, into the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix, and you've got the two Alfa Romeos behind, or should I say, that gambling company F1 team Kick Sauber, which is coming in 2024, you better believe it. Not in the game, obviously, because of the legal wranglings that it has. Meanwhile, the two leading contenders are still battling away, and if they cause a crash, then this could have some crazy implications for the championship, because I believe they are also fighting for championship position. Yes, Sapala needs to beat Justin to get third in the championship at least. Maybe second if Hazara has an absolute howler. But they're all looking very close to each other once again now. And the top two especially. And they're the Alfa Romeos are nowhere near the top two right now. And they're not even battling each other at this rate. Hazara is starting to feel the heat from Larper. He wants it back. Larper.
Yeah, I mean, Larper keeping ever close, was just within 0.2 of a second just a couple of moments ago, but so much to unpack, so much to talk about here. Hazara needs to try and make a challenge to the front. He's got a lot to do, but there we go. M. Sapala back up into the lead. I mean, Rens Thomason really hasn't been challenging it too much. He's just been letting M. Sapala run the race out in front, and maybe that's been a little bit of why it's been a little more difficult for Hazara and those behind that DRS train. You know, and just letting someone run their own pace allows this field to kind of all slow down a little bit, but they're all still running at a reasonable and fast pace here. But Hazara has got a lot of work ahead of him in this race, but so many drivers got so much to think about. Rens Thomason nearly at a DRS range of Riley McKay behind, so close here, teetering on the edge of 1 second now. These drivers, maybe this is where Rens Thomason and M. Sapala get a bit of a wriggle on, try and go full flat out a little bit, just to try and get that gap over a second, because if they manage it, this could really do the curtains on Hazara's championship fight, because if he's not able to catch up to this top two, it is all over for him and his championship.
I'll tell you what this is. This is a truncated game of chess. This is what's going on. I don't think Rens wants to have the lead too much because he wants to fight for it and he'll be vulnerable near the end of it if he just messes around too much. So that's why they're probably doing the old switcheroo, and he might do it again, coming down the straight. So Rens Thomason right on the back of Sapala, and he looks like he was going to slow down there. Was Sapala, but he does get through and back into the lead of this race. As the third and fourth place drivers, the Alfa Romeos, nowhere to be seen, to be honest, as Hazara is still lying in 6th and needs to catch up to Justin ASAP. The gap is currently half a second. He doesn't look like he's making any gains at all whatsoever, as, my goodness, Sapala got very close to sign Rens Thomason, but he couldn't make the move stick. And now we enter lap number 12 with Spider yet to cross the line, by the way. He's already pitted, I believe. So he's the only driver still in this race to have pitted. And we should be expecting Kahilo to pit soon, but obviously other drivers much later being on the hards.
Absolutely. Lap 12 of 29, easing up towards the halfway distance in this race, and a lot to still be decided in this one. It is currently Rens Thomason out in front, but not by a huge amount, because M. Sapala is still fighting there. Riley McKay leading his teammate Marios. A little bit of a question mark over that one. Is Riley McKay choosing not to play the team game, trying to be a bit greedy and go for what he wants in this race and not what the others want? Like his teammate who wants this championship and wants to secure it, Hazara, has been closing up on them, trying to make moves, but he's down in 6th as things stand, not doing enough to challenge for the championship, needs to outscore Marios in a huge swing tonight in order to be able to do it. But Kahilo, the first of those to pit. No surprise though, he was the only driver on the medium tyres here to start this race, so no surprise, he's the first one into the pit lane.
And the two leaders have swapped again. Sapala and Thomason now first and second once again. Justin's catching up to Myers, which might make things very interesting for Hazara, but he's starting to drift out of DRS range. This is not what he wanted at all. And approaching the halfway mark, he might as well kiss his chance of winning this championship's goodbye. But of course, you've got to still keep fighting until that checkered flag falls, which is what I would do in his position. Sipala is still holding on to his lead, but is starting to creep down again as we get down to the DRS zone for the 11th time tonight. Through we go, but nothing done by Renz. He just sticks behind. And now Riley Mackay still hasn't let his teammate through. Quite unusual. Because now he's got Justin for company, has Marios. And Marios, now what does he do? He really needs to speed up and get close as Ren's going out of the slipstream for some odd reason. As we make our way to start lap number 14, Byron.
Absolutely, Justin on the attack here, trying to get overtakes, and there we go, Marios is into the pit lane, so clearly thinking, I'm getting pressure from those behind, time to switch it up, time to go for the undercut, and go for a different strategy. That is your championship leader as things stand, the driver trying to stop Hazara winning this title, coming into the pit lane and trying to do the undercut, trying to prevent any possible challenge here. Is it too early? Possibly. Are those tyres going to hurt towards the end of the race? That is a real question. It's something to be weighed up. It's something to consider. But for Hazara, this is an opportunity to try and do something different, to try and get a strategy, a winning strategy, a masterclass on the road. But there's a lot of moving pieces in this one, and it could all come crumbling down at any moment in time. But Hazara still needs to get up a few positions here.
Yes. Keep note, Marios needs 7th at least if Hazara wins. He doesn't need to finish 7th, but if he finishes 7th, that is a guaranteed title belt. And Hazara cannot win it unless he wins and
or comes
Marios
second for fastest lap.
Ninth or lower. No, if he comes second for fastest lap, then that's only 13. The gap is 14. He'd still lose it by 1. If he wins
I thought it was
the race
14
for fastest
points.
lap,
My bad.
it's 16, 12, 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As Hazara has got past, that's because Justin has pit, and Rens Thomason has been passed by M. Sapala again for the lead. We keep neglecting that battle, to be fair. It's quite exciting to happen. Hazara might look like in a favourable position now, however, he's yet to pit. The top 6 are yet to pit. So as we come down once again, the top 3 are actually... Riley is starting to close up as Kahilo gets the fastest lap of the race, but I'm not sure if it's going to last forever, as there's a massive lockup by... Is that Marios? Yes, Marios coming through. His first lap completed on those new medium tyres, as there's a battle between Larper and Kahilo for 10th place, and Larper trying to defend with all he's got, and it seems to be working at the moment, as they come through, but no, Kilo trying to fight back. I think Larpa's tyres are a bit cold as they come out of the corner, but he has managed to hold on very nicely, Larpa has. And now Devon's going to go past Kahilo now in the soon-to-be renamed to Visa Cash App Racing Bulls AlphaTauri. I know, I do not understand why they have that name. As the top two still fighting for the lead and swapping positions.
Yes, they are indeed. And we've got the entire top four still separated by less than a second to each other. It's going to be a case of who comes in last. And everyone, they're all in. I did wonder if there was going to be a bit more of a gamble on Hazara's side of the garage to maybe go for the softs, but nothing on that one. And it does seem like maybe Marius has gained an advantage here.
Is Marius going to come out of this pack? Hazara still coming down the pit lane, but he's last behind all the other drivers behind him. At least he's close up to them now. There's Marius. Marius is in the net lead. Can you believe it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I certainly couldn't see that one coming quite as much, especially after that lockup into turn number 1 that he had just after fitting those tyres. Hazara is going to need a miracle here. I did question his strategy, and it might still not pan out towards the end of this race. His tyres are much, much older. His tyres might do a little less and feel a little more second-hand towards the end of this race. But as things stand, Marius leads the way here. Hazara in 8th, but looking to try and make it 7th. Trying to get past Marcus Costa there. And easily done, as Marcus Costa there nearly, I believe, hits the wall there on the exit of turn number 10. How did he manage that one? Well, the answer is 15 lap-old tyres and a dream. And that is Marcus Costa losing place after place, all the way down to 12th. He's lost 5 places in the span of 2 corners there. But Hazara up to 7th. He's not lost anything. After all, he was 7th when he came into the pit lane. Well, 7th, sorry, before all of the pit stops happened. But we've got a long way to go in this race, and he needs to get up to that net race lead, up to P1, and Marius needs to tumble.
Marius with an undercut masterclass. And now he is in prime position. He surely can't be beaten as Hazara. Nearly being passed by Kihilo, now in 7th place. As Marcus Costa, by the way, has dropped down to 12th. Not been a great return from the pits for him. As Kihilo now, Devon are fighting for 8th position. And it looks like Devon has won that battle there. As the gap is now starting to close between Justin Thomason. It was not that close before, as should mention. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Hazara definitely should have undercut, and they would have been in a different state. Hazara would have had the lead. Marius would have been down in 8th or 9th, which would be enough for Hazara to win the championship. Just ignore Slash. He is still not pit, and he's due to pit anytime soon. So please disregard him. It is Marius ahead of Justin, ahead of Renz. Marius doesn't even need to win this race, but he wants to win it in style. And I like his thinking. You might as well seal it with the W and round it off in true fashion. He won 2 of the first 3 races. He's had consistent performances throughout the year. He's had just 1 unlucky race. It has been fantastic from him. He's got Justin behind. He's going to defend. He's going to go to the inside. A smart move from the championship leader. And he stays in first place as Yasser Saki, I think, may be retiring from the race. No, he's got a pit lane speeding penalty. He must have damage. No, he has retired. As Renz Thomason and I think it was Sapala were battling for 5th place there. As whoa! They collide each other. Sapala hits the back of Renz. Justin hit by the back of Renz. Hit in the back by Renz. So that's not very ideal. And Hazara is dropping off. He is 2 seconds behind Riley Mackay. This is the last thing he wanted, and he knows it. As we've lost... who have we lost? Oh, wait, Saki was the host of the session, of course. I don't know what happened there. Didn't know he was the host of this session, no offense. As the leading cars are starting to make their way to start lap 19.
Yes, absolutely. Slash still out in front here, but Marios is in that provisional net race lead once Slash comes into that all-important pit lane. Hazara 2 seconds off the cars in front. He does need to gain these positions. It's unfortunate for him, though. He's got caught in this battle with Devin behind, and Devin is not really giving him an easy time of it. Both drivers really having depleted their
Here we
battery.
go! There's the battle, and Justin is taking the lead again. Rens Thomason's also there, trying to get past the championship leader, but he can't do it. Sorry to cut off from you there, but he's going to try and get past once again. Here he goes, this 4-second place from Rens Thomason getting into the inside, and he's got it there. I think Marius is smartly backing out there. He knows he doesn't have to win this race to win the championship. He's just got to hope that Hazara doesn't win it himself as they make their way to the next turn. It is now a new leader, Justin, trying to make it 2 in a row to round the season off on a high. He's got Renz and Imsapal as well. Look at how close these top 5 are. And it's Marius and Riley that are amongst them. So I wonder what Riley's going to do.
Well,
interesting what to see.
Well, in all of this battling, no surprise here that Hazara has caught absolute acres, hand over fist on this battle. He's nearly within DRS range. He's probably going to be pushing flat out like an absolute animal for these next few quarters to try and get this DRS off this top 5. He needs to get into this battle for the race win. He needs to try everything in his locker. He needs to pull out every gun. He needs to pull out every bit of ammo. He needs every weapon he can get in this championship fight, because he needs all of it. He needs absolutely all of it here tonight, but he's not able to get it on this particular occasion. He needs this battle to resume. It does resume. Justin there battling with Rens Thomason. Rens Thomason getting the better of it on this particular occasion. Can this present Hazara a golden opportunity to try and get into this DRS train? Well, Emsapala and Justin continue to go side by side. They go, and on the exit, it is Justin battling and staying ahead of Emsapala here. But these drivers continuing to fight hammer and tongue, but this championship still going the way of Marios.
Rate will be by 17 points. Yes, 17 points. 8 for Marios, 5 for Hazara. He'll win it by a full race win and fastest lap. So, yeah, it is looking... It's not going to look good on paper, but it's still, in terms of the season, it's been topsy-turvy all the way. We thought it was going to be over the last race, but those penalties kicking in meant that we went to tonight, and Marius is actually being swamped by his teammate. And now Hazara is within DRS range.
Yeah,
this might get tasty.
It could definitely get tasty, but actually he's just fallen out of it, so I don't think he's going to get it on this particular lap, annoyingly enough for him. He's really burning the battery to the absolute brink. He has 0% left in his battery. He has got nothing to try and fight with right now, and that is the struggle Hazara is having. But Devin down the inside now. This is not what Hazara would have wanted, but can Hazara let Devin through and let Devin chase after the cars in front, because that could potentially pull him into this race, pull him into contention and give him a chance. But Riley McCain is ahead of Marios here. Marios having played the strategic game, knowing he doesn't have to win this race, and he is doing absolutely everything to try and ensure that he takes this safely to the line tonight.
So here we go once again. It is Sapala starting to close up to Justin for second place. And we've also got Hazara, who's starting to try and close back. He's already lost position to Devin, and it's not helping him whatsoever. He's starting to drift away. The title is starting to drift away and starting to go into the hands of the Alfa Romeo driver. The one that's not ahead of the other one. The one that is behind. The guy in 5th place. Marios, Formula 01. That's a clue to when he was born. Sapala, sorry. Sapala
Oh, for fuck's sake.
coming
I
in.
needed to turn my notifications off. It's just told me that friends come online.
Oops.
Lol. Well, Hazara now takes it back up to 6th. Might it all be in vain? As things stand, yes, he's got a hell of a lot to do. But he is up to 6th once again, but has to chase after this top 5 once again. Sapala's out! What has happened there? I have not got a clue. I was not quite able to tune into what has just happened. But Sapala out of this race. I'm surprised we haven't got a safety car based on where that car had crashed. But Sapala out of this race. I don't know what happened there. Marius is out of DRS range of his teammate, by the way.
Yeah, but so is Hazara. Hazara's nowhere near compared to Marius and his teammate. I do not know what happened to him, Sapala. Well, what we know, he's out of the race. What's happened?
Oh, Marius and a massive rear end slide there going out of turn number 10. I think that was a bit of rear locking and it just sent the rear end round ever so slightly, and that is all Marius needed to lose quite a bit of time. He's now 6 tenths out of DRS range of the cars in front. Hazara and both drivers have got minimal battery here, so now they're on level pegging terms. Just Hazara's tyres are 2 laps newer, and I need a couple seconds because my voice is really struggling.
And I chance to speak. Anyway, here we go. It's Riley Mackay and Justin chasing down Rens Thomas, and it doesn't seem like it's going to get even close to the McLaren driver. I cannot believe you missed that incredible battle from Justin and Sapala. It resulted in Sapala's demise. He just spun out off turn 3 and lost control like Nikita Mazepin, and it's not in the first lap, and it's the end of his race. A very unfortunate end to Sapala's race and season, of course. He'll be back next season fighting for sure. Devin is starting to close up on Hazara again. Hazara is nowhere to be seen, but to be fair, he doesn't really need it because Marius is in the best possible position. He doesn't need to win this race, yet his teammate is nowhere near at the front and he's got no energy in the battery. The battery is nearly completely depleted. It is all starting to crash down for Hazara, and he's still fighting. He's got no DRS, as you can see. I'm surprised there is no safety car. He probably wanted that safety car, but he's not going to get it. It's not going to be, at least it's not going to be the way it was won in Abu Dhabi. But it would need all the things to happen for that to happen, and it ain't going to happen. Hazara, yeah, he's starting to get caught by Devon now. It's all in vain. I think Marius just needs to bring it home, and he can lift that trophy at the end of season party, whenever that is.
Well, if there is an end of season party here, who will be invited and who will not? Well, at the minute, maybe if you are Marius, your teammate's not going to be invited because he's not dropped down to try and help Marius in this quest to try and keep him towards the top, just in case there was ever a doubt for the championship fight. But at the minute, nothing to it.
Sorry, Byron. Raphael just got hit in the back by Larper, and now they're fighting for position again. Going into turn 4, he does get a position. Now he's getting bumped by Raphael. I don't know how you're missing all this action. Just check the gaps if you can see. But I am seeing a fantastic battle between those two drivers. But now the battle at the top 3 is still, oh my, massive slide from Justin, as speaking, his teammate who's in last place gets a penalty, the first off the race, naughty. And they're still fighting on, going into turn 11, Justin and Brent. Quarter of a second separating the two.
Yeah, margins fine as ever. I am keeping on top of the battles. Thank you very much. I just don't necessarily always talk about them, just depending on what I'm going on about at the time. But Riley Mackay, he's still in the hunt for this podium. Well, currently in the podium, but he wants maybe a little bit more. But Rens Thomas and Ellen are just continuing to battle here. Lap number 25 of 29. This is the main battle that we want to keep an eye on. Who's going to take the win here? Justin wanting to go 2 on the bubble to round out this season. What could be an impressive season here for Justin. 2 wins there. Raphael getting ahead of Lapa there into turn number 1. But this battle surely continuing now as they head down towards turn number 3. Lapa getting the better exit here. Is he going to be able to go for an overtake? No, he lifts off quite heavily there to stay behind, choosing to stay behind there. Very deliberately done. So clearly, Lapa thinking it is better to stay behind Raphael for the time being. And a lot of drivers staying behind each other for now, but that will certainly be changing as they get more and more desperate in the coming laps.
Top 3 still stuck together like magnets on a fridge. Riley, just you can see him nearly touch Justin on the rear. And Azara's, I've been keeping on Azara all day. He is getting nowhere near whatsoever. He has to pray for an absolute miracle because at this rate he ain't going to get that. Lapa is the closest to anyone in terms of a battle, barring the top 3, and he slides and is going to lose some time there. Here we go once again. I think this Justin and Ren's battle is going to go on for the rest of the race as Ren's going on the inside of a defensive move perhaps. Sorry, from the McLaren driver, and he does manage to keep the position, and he's going to have to keep it for 4 more positions. He's got more battery, does Justin, than Ren's. He has more battery in the tank. Mario Mackay up there. Marius has no battery. And Hazara has gotten 0%. He's 0%. He's helpless at this rate. Devon is closing up on him again, and Hazara is about to be given the final nail in the coffin.
Yes, absolutely. The final nail in the coffin is on its way for some drivers, and for the likes of Hazara, it is just not fruition in this race, but for others, it is going to be pure elation come the checkered flag. We've just got a few laps left in this one, and Rens Thomason beginning to maybe try and put a stamp on this race win because he's trying to pull and extend this gap out in front ahead of Justin. He had the pace in qualifying. He's clearly got that qualifying pace down to a T. Where did he get his setups? Probably Sim Racing Centre, because he is absolutely flying around the circuit. I can get away with those corny jokes. I did get the deal done in the first place. But here we go. It is nearly do or die time for these drivers now. Justin continuing to try and keep within a second, but so many drivers wanting just that little bit extra in this race, and some drivers aren't going to be able to get it. But Lapa thinking, maybe eyeing this overtake on Raphael, but is he going to do what he did just a few laps ago and lift off? Yep. Is he just... No, he's not. He's going to get ahead there of Raphael. Now, Raphael got the easier side of the stick. He's got the DRS down this second stroke. Does he choose to re-overtake, or does he decide that he wants to stay behind? Well, he decides the latter. He stays behind now as we head through into sector number 2, and we're getting towards the final, the end of this season, the climax of this season, and there is pretty much nothing that anyone can do to stop Marius from winning this title.
And whatever happens, if Hazara doesn't cross the line first, it's going to be the championship for Marius, so we'll probably declare it there and then. Saki absolutely furious with his consistency in PSGL. Something happens to him, and unfortunately he's completely had a shocking season in terms of luck. But now we must go back to the start, the top of the order, and it's 6 tenths separating Renz and Justin. Nothing can Justin do to get past him. This is for the Constructors' Championship, remember, and he needs to get past. Now Riley is right behind Justin. And look at this, it could be a three-way battle for the lead. But no, Ren's holding on for the meantime. Yeah, Devon has got close to Zara, but he can't get it done. And Marius is separated by his teammate by 4 seconds. Surely its championship battle is over. Oh my word.
Absolutely, this battle so close. Riley McKay thinking about trying to get up at a position here. He's had great results in the past. He has won a race. I believe that was Catalonia. I believe you mentioned it earlier on in the stream. That was a shock winner there. But could we see Rens Thomason on that top step, I believe, once again? Or will it be Justin trying to go for that second win in a row? Well, it's not been great for all in this race. I mean, looking at Hazara, gonna be a little disappointed with this result. I am absolutely sure of it. But we're getting towards this final lap of the race. We're gonna be heading to this, onto the final lap of this season, no less. And we're in Bahrain, and it's gonna be a very interesting one when we head to season number 36. 35's been a corker. 36 is set to be a showstopper. But here we go. It is the final lap of the season. It is time for everyone to show what they can do. Put a stamp on the mark. See what they can do for next season. But this battle for the lead is where it's at the minute. Is it Justin going down the inside into turn number 1, picking up so many marbles on the car? Rens Thomason thinking about the switchback. Will he be able to go for that switchback? Further back, Devin versus Hazara. Hazara has lost the place there. Raphael has gained a place on Lapa, but Rens Thomason tries to go down the inside of Justin. Can't get in on this particular occasion. Rens Thomason, 5% battery. Justin on about 13% here, going through sector number 2. This is the final lap here. This decides the race win. This decides the Constructors' Championship too. And can Rens Thomason potentially try and take this race win? Well, he's going to have one final chance, one final opportunity here, because he's got DRS down this straight here. Is he going to have enough of, is he going to have the straight line speed to try and dive down the inside of Justin? No, he doesn't on this occasion. It looks like it's going to be Justin taking the win. I'm actually losing my voice. This is criminal. I need a breather. Take the final couple of corners to yourself. Go on, Logan.
Coming towards the few corners, it's a freeway battle. He's going to try and find a late lunge for the victory. He can't do it. He can't do it. I think Justin has done enough. Yes. It might not be enough to win the Constructors' Championship, but he's going to win 2 in a row. And that means Marius is your season 35 F3 champion. And what a performance all season. Hazara just pipped to 5th. And he has lost out. Even though he had the slimmest of chances, he fought and fought, but couldn't get anywhere high up in the order at all. That undercut from Mario sealed it. Justin finishing in first place. He did get 16 points for the team, but unfortunately with Spicer out of the points and the 2 Alfa Romeos 3rd and 4th provisionally, it is Alfa Romeo double. Driver and Constructors' Championship. They win the Constructors' Championship by 2 points.
Wow. Very close.
Oh, sorry, 6 points. 6 points. They won it by 6. I do apologise.
6 points. Numbers mean nothing though. Come the final end of the season tally, all that matters is who's on top come the end. And it is Marius there who takes the championship here under the floodlights of Bahrain then. And, well, he might not have been on the top step. It might have been Justin on that top step for the second race running. But certainly Marius going to be celebrating long into the night. But so will our top 3 today there. Justin on that top step though, followed by Rens Thomason, and there we go. That was Riley McKay there in 3rd place. But what a top 3, what a championship battle, but what a season overall. But here is your final provisional race classification of the season as the fireworks go off in the background. It was NLR Justin taking that race win, only by 0.2 of a second. Riley McKay there, only 0.5 adrift there in 3rd. Marius there in 4th. An undercut strategy working to perfection Devin there in 5th. Hazara in 6th, not able to get up really and put a mount on the championship there, but still a valiant effort nonetheless. Raphael in 7th, Lapa in 8th, Kahilu 9th, Slash in 10th. That rounds out your point scorers today, but there we go. Marcus Costa and Spicer there, rounding out your finishers there. Emsapala there, disappointing DNF, as is the likes for the rest of them as well, who retired in the pit lane. But we are going to take a short advertisement break. We'll be back in just a moment, and then we're going to unpack that race. Do not go anywhere, because there is a lot to look at. Now, my camera's taking a couple seconds, but what a finale that was. I mean, there's a lot to unpack there, you know, some disappointing results for some, but also elation for others. I mean, give us your thoughts, Logan, first, and then, I don't know, maybe we've got a couple drivers to interview, but I don't think so.
Yes, the front line battle was just going on forever and ever and ever, and it was involving all the top drivers of the season. And then, of course, we had the crash with Emsapala, and that changed things somewhat. And Marios, that undercut, going from 5th to what looks like 1st with everyone battling on track, that was a really smart move, and it probably put one up against Hazara. Hazara, he couldn't beat it that day. He's typing right now, and I think he's just going to say GG's, congrats Marios, as anyone would. Yep, there he goes. Get the GG's in the chat. And he really deserved this, Marios did. He only won the first and the third race of the season, but he managed to keep it consistent. He finished every race this season, I do believe. Yes, he did, and he failed to finish 0 times. And Hazara did the same thing, albeit he had 2 non-points finishes, and Marios had 1. And won the championship by what looks like... sorry. Looks like 17 points. Yes, 17 points. Marios finishes on 94, and Hazara finishes on 77. Justin will finish in 2nd place. He's got 80 points.
Wow.
So Justin has actually taken 2nd place in the championship with that 2nd victory in a row, and 5th podium in 6 races. What consistency. And all 6 of those last 6 races were in the top 4.
Wow.
Quite astonishing form.
Yeah,
if
that's
only
amazing.
the season was the final 6 races, he would have won the title. And Azara's not happy with Marcus Costa. He feels like his race was ruined. Did he perhaps get damage from that? Maybe so. But whatever happens, I cannot see... Actually, no. Marios cannot lose this title. Even if he gets a 200-year penalty, unless he gets disqualified, he has won this championship. And Justin has picked him to 2nd. Hazard to 2nd.
Yeah.
I completely had that go over my head. I completely forgot he was going for 2nd place. Rens Thomason finishes on 55, I make it. Keeler was quite consistent. He didn't finish any higher than 4th, yet still finished high up. I think he is 6th in the championship. Yeah, I don't see any of the lower drivers scoring, no. So Riley Mackay, he finished 3rd, so he is on 32, jumps up to the top 9. Spicer and Top G did nothing, of course. So yeah, the final order: Marios 94, Justin 80, Hazara 77, Emsapala 63, Rens Thomason 55. Where did Keeler finish again? I actually lost it.
I don't think he was in the points.
Well, he is 6th anyway. And then Top G and Spicer, 7th and 8th. Top G on countback with 40 points and a win. Spicer did not win a race. And that would be your top 8 for the season, if I have called that correctly. That is been a long season, but all good things must come to an end. We come back in 3 weeks, I believe.
Yes, I believe that is the case. We'll be back in early to mid-February. If you're looking for a PSGL action fix, we might be done here for season 35, but there is E-Series returning, and there is also PCF1, which is in season 35/36. Is about to transition to season 36 as soon as I press stop streaming on this one, because that is it. Season 35 is done. It is dusted. It is toast and burnt to a crisp. We're done. It's been a season of highs. It's been a season of lows. It's been a season for some drivers. What is that? What does that say?
Join the ODO, the online darts organization.
Are you part of ODO?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Supported by PSGL.
Is
the
it?
people behind PSGL.
It is supported by the people behind PSGL, not by PSGL itself. I do need to legally say that for literal legal reasons. However,
You have a point, yes.
I very much have a meeting to get to as we discuss season 36 in just a few moments' time in the staff meeting. But this is season 35 over and out. Thank you, Logan, for joining me across this season as he promotes their GT Omega and Sim Racing Centre, our two wonderful partners who've been with us, some from start to finish, others joining along the way, and now he's promoting code PSGL, which if you use on both will get you a discount, and it does support us as well. Has Logan finished drawing notes and looking like a pure cutie patootie for the camera for one final and one first time in season 35. That's Logan for you on screen, on camera for the first time, and me on camera for the first time. But we'll be back in only a little while time when we get underway for season 36. Jeez, PSGL is old. But we'll be back in the not so distant future. Thank you very much for joining us for season 35, and we will see you very, very soon. But until then, goodbye.
He's got the inside, all here is through on the left hand side. Pumps the apex, gets on the power nicely, and that is job done. Jarno Opmeer now to the last couple of corners now. His finest drive, his greatest drive, and he's done it at the Circuit of the Americas. He returns to the top step of the podium. Once again, the ghost is back. Jarno Opmeer wins the US Grand Prix in a stunning Grand Prix.